Shalom, 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 shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the flex scattered abroad that's out here doing this work of truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Bach from Prophets of Babylon camp, coming at you with a quick sit down through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep." It's time to wake out of sleep, man. We have this grace period that the Lord has given us, man. To come back and hearken unto the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Because shit is finna start getting real out here, man. And Jake don't even realize it. It says, "For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed," man. We can get salvation, soon, man. Salvation can be right around the corner for us, man. If you truly believe that. When we believe, that we are close, man. I'll go to the book of Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See." Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "Wherefore he said, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light," man. The Lord shall breathe, life into those dry bones, man. Coming into this truth, this light. It says, "See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." Because you can't be lackadaisical out here, man. That's how you get caught slipping, man. You get caught slipping in the spirit. In which a lot of Jake is gonna get caught slipping. Because they didn't hearken to the Lord, man. They just went on about their everyday lives and thought everything was gonna be all good. Everything ain't gonna be all good just because you're an Israelite, man. Or just because you're an Israelite. Because 2/3 gotta perish, man. It says, verse 17, it says, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding that the will of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is." We know the will, man. We know what we're supposed to be doing. We out here doing what we're supposed to be doing, man. The Lord doesn't have to worry about us, man. Because we know we're gonna do, what He says. It's kind of like when your parents, man. You gonna do what they ask with no back talk, man. Some Jake, you back talking, you get slapped in your damn mouth. And that's that chastisement, man. The Lord is slapping us in the mouth like, get right, man. No time to waste, man. It's a task at hand, and we have to handle that task while we have time, man. We'll go to the book of Exodus chapter 23. Exodus chapter 23. Like it. This is Exodus chapter 23, verse 13. It says, and in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth," man. You don't hear us out here, serving other gods or calling upon other gods. Nah, man. We calling upon the true power, And what it says, it says it multiple times in the scriptures, man. Be circumspect, man. Know what's going on around you. Know your surroundings. Don't just be out here You know, being a damn Israelite for the cameras, man, on Saturdays. This is a constant grind, a constant journey, man. You know. I'll go to the book of we'll go back to the book of Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 6. This is I'll start at verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil," man. You know, you have to put that armor on. You know, you can't go out here bare, man. You can't leave your armor at the house. You know, you get shot with no armor on, you done. You know, you get, oh shit, I forgot it this morning. Nah, man. You got to put that armor on, man. Call upon the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai when you wake up in the morning, man. You putting that armor on. Because, you know, these devils come from all which ways, man. You know, trying to put down, persuade the men of the Lord, man, to do wickedness. You know, brothers, we constantly fighting demons every single day, man. You know, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places," man. You know, these damn devils behind the scenes. You know, they know about us, man. You know, they know about our elders and apostles and on down. You know, they know what we out here doing. They know what we're a part of, man. And they trying to do everything in their power to keep us away from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, doing wickedness behind closed doors, man. Verse 13, it says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole army of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to withstand in that evil day," man. Jacob's trouble. You know, brothers say this all the time. You're not gonna look up and make it through Jacob's trouble, man. You know, it ain't a coincidence. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna make it through Jacob's trouble, man. You have to have that on that armor of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know, and you will prevail. You know, you will prevail, and that's our goal, man, to prevail. I'm gonna go to the book of end it with this. Go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6. I'm gonna grab it in the NLT. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 in the NLT. It's like this is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 2 in the NLT. It says, "For Yahweh Shem Yahushai says, at just the right time I heard you. On the day of salvation I helped you. Indeed, the right time is now. Today is the day of salvation, man." You know, the Lord is going to have my back, always going to have our back, man. And it's going to be the right time, you know. You never know what day the Lord is going to come back, man. But we believe he's coming back soon. And he's going to have the elects back, man. We pray we be of that number, man. You know, the Lord hears us, man. The Lord hears our prayers. You know, he's not going to let us fall. You know, but man, that's pretty much all on that. Lord, when you edify, until next video. Shalom.